Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Saturday! You made it to the weekend. Congratulations! About to say happy birthday to you, but it might be your birthday. Happy birthday! Hello, Hazel. Hi! Smokey2, thank you for the 23-month resub. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you. I'm still figuring out my brain cells. This is cold. This is empty. Put that in the trash. Try not to stream from a desk just littered in food wrappers. What else do we got? Water? Yeah, good. Remix? Good. Maybe a little game sound. I just want to hang out and be comfy, which is kind of the tagline for like every stream, but also true today. I'm tired. How cold is it? You got such a heavy coat on for summer. I mean, I'm cold. Which is different from it's cold. I don't know. It's not that cold. Here, let me find out. It's early. It's morning. I was cold, so I was like, what if I just keep putting on sweaters until I'm happy? I need like 3 more. Victoria, BC weather right now. It's 11 Celsius, which is it is currently 51 degrees outside, so it will get warmer later. It's morning. That's cold. Yeah, I thought so. I went outside for a bit this morning to try to wake up by like staring at the sky and looking at my flowers on my patio balcony. Like I had like a little sweet pea and I like sniffed it and it smelled vaguely like hair removal cream that I used to use in like the early 2000s. Anyways, it's cold. I'm grinding bronze because I want to get everything. I want to get 100% vendor completion, at least. I'm not committed to doing 100% weapons completion because that's a big project that is more involved than just buying everything off the vendors. So I want to start by buying everything off the vendors. Brennan, thank you for the 14-month resub. Although there is a world. Well, here, let me invite Flabby. And let me give Flabby lead so he can queue us for stuff because I did a mess of it yesterday. He's in an instance group right now. I had a thought in my brain. Finish intro. Okay. The thought had something to do with, well, if I was going to farm these things, then maybe I should do it before I finish doing this, because while farming those things, you would also be getting bronze caches from the bosses you're killing and whatnot, and maybe it would be nice to actually still need some of it. But then it's like, well, to what extent am I gonna farm these things? I don't know. I do not know. You can buy everything on the vendors in one character. The weapon drops would require characters that can actually loot them, which is a little tiny bit trickier. I think it's probably best if I just pretend I never heard about this and don't worry about it. That's probably the smartest and best, most brainful choice for my life. Oh, but it's got a candle on it. And I mean, they're recolors, so like anything you see in this list, there is a version of it that you can get normally. What is that thing? I don't even know what I previewed. It's called the Death Speaker Channel? Death Speaker Channel. Oh, it's a wand! Yeah. And it's from scenarios, normal scenarios. Interesting. You can still get everything you want. What if my problem is that I want too many things? Maybe I should want less. And that way I won't need more. Have, need, give, receive. I think I got that one today. Zone drop weapons are literally finding a frog spot to grind mobs. But my other characters, like, are gonna suck. You know, like, remember when I pulled a regular, individual, singular trash mob on whatchamacallums? On that character that worry that I finished leveling. Like, they would need work to be able to even farm like that. So I want to check, filter things that can be looted by hunter, and I want to look for zone things. I know that I need a two-hander from, so we'll do survival. I need a two-hander from the Dreadwaste. So maybe I should go do some Dreadwaste rares. Dreadwaste rares in survival spec to see if I can get that one. The weapon drops are not obtainable in retail. They're Remix exclusive. There's a couple hundred of them. This add-on called Trove Tally details all of them and what they look like and where they're from. Gunning for completing all the achievements, mostly for the bronze they give. Yeah, I think it's probably best if I just don't worry about it. Unless I have time to worry about it. And then it's something to do. I don't know. Are you guys trying to 100% those weapons? I feel like there are people doing that, but I don't think it's like a majority. It seems like a pretty involved project to take on. Some of us must be just hoping that they make an arsenal. I guess if I'm checking for Dreadwaste rares, I need to go this way. Trying for my main class at least. That's smart. At least give time to hope Blizzard puts in arsenals. Considering doing 100% in all of Remix, but I don't know. Yeah. Okay, that rare's not up. Here, let me share. Check on a few of these, because the rares are a good way to get gear items, because rares basically always drop you loot, pretty much. Oh, where's go? And they should drop you loot depending on which zone they're in. So that gave me bracers. So you just have to get lucky and have it be a weapon, basically. But there's another one. That gave me a staff, just not the right one. Okay. If we had warbands before Remix, getting all the weapons would be easier. Not exactly. No, because on one hand, pre-patch, and I'm going to preface this by saying it's morning and I might be a little too stupid for this morning. Pre-patch is going to hit before Remix ends, because Remix ends like a week before the expansion launches, and it's going to be longer than that. So there will be some overlap, although we don't know how pre-patch would affect Remix. But Remix loot is weird. Remix loot is really strange. The main thing is if the weapon that you were looking for was not like a random... It's because of these caches, right? Like, if it was just a quest reward, then yes, you would be able to do the quest in one character post pre-patch, and then you would be able to get all of that loot learned. But it's not a quest reward directly. It comes from the box. So you would still need to loot the item. There's nothing... Like, you would still need to loot the item, and that change wouldn't make the item drop for a character that couldn't use it. It would just mean that if it did drop somehow, you could learn it. Kind of thing. Oh, there's another rare. Let's try that one. One microsec here. Any good? Oh, I got something. Oh, I got a helmet appearance that I didn't have, apparently. Okay, I'm all good. Are those the War Scouts people were scared of at the start? The War Bringers were scarier, but the War Scouts also moitered me early on. I definitely died to them a couple times. That's why I'm glad I'm already playing 3 different characters, about to make a DK. I don't mog wands anyway. I never mog wands. You don't see them. My favorite caster mogs are staves that you wear on your back because it basically functions like a sick back piece. Wands are cool in theory, but outside of like choosing them or maybe wearing them for like trial style when you open, like when you unsheath specifically, I feel like you have to unsheath it if you even want to take a look at it. Just got done gardening in time for Hazel's stream. Nice. It sounds lovely. How many world bosses in Remix? Nalakun Dasta, Shaw Galleon, and then the Timeless Isle ones. 6, but the Timeless Isle Celestial, you can do 1 in a day, but there are technically 4. But you can get credit for your first one per day for as far as threads and stuff go. We're going to get a pet out. Although I might be miscounting. If you only played Remix for a quick level, what is the single most important thing to get with Bronze? Bronze is for cosmetics, and cosmetics are hard to quantify in value. There's a list of cosmetics that are Remix exclusive that you can get with Bronze. Wowhead has an article out somewhere. So you could focus on those things first if you want, but it just depends on what you like. You used your fingers and all. I mean, I may have forgotten something. A lot of work. Got herbs, vegetables planted, some catnip for our kitties, little fiends when you give them a leaf. Aw. No toys, quality of life items. The toys are toys that are technically available in retail, but they're hard to farm in retail, which is why they're so expensive in Remix. I don't think there's any quality of life items. The quality of life thing, and it's kind of minor, but the thing that you could maybe make sure you do is get Infinite Power 12, because you'll get these cosmetic toys that give you the back piece appearances for legendary cloaks, but also you'll be able to gain access to the Ordos Island, not only across your account in Remix, but across your account in retail. And it's really, really easy to get that many threads nowadays. So just make sure on any one given character that you keep farming your cloak until you have Infinite Power 12. So that's just like done on your account. Thinking about getting an ancestry check that proves I'm a what? Am I allowed to? Yes. In the wise words of Hazel, do whatever you want. What's your opinion on Remix? Hesitant, haven't tried it yet. Been playing Classic for nostalgia lately. I've loved Remix. I've had a wonderful time. I've played a bunch of it. It's just kind of like the candy version of WoW. It's very fast. It's very gratifying. You blow things up. You run super quick. You can buy a bunch of stuff off the vendor with every like day's loot of currency. Especially at this point now that I've got a set of gear upgraded. There were parts of it that felt more painful than the stage I'm at now, but I think the reason that the stage I'm at now feels so gratifying was because the game felt slower earlier in my gearing and like leveling process. It feels fun. I like it a lot. Listen, don't blame the Canadian education system. I'm 31. It's been a minute since high school or elementary school. And I should not be expected to remember everything. It hasn't come up. Oh, Diablo version of WoW with all those gems. Feels slow in retail because of Remix. Happy Saturday. Getting ready for a road trip. Hope you have a good weekend. Oh, fun. Cucumbers, bell peppers, tomatoes. Oh, jelly. I mean, I'm jealous. You could also make jelly out of a variety of those things. Water. We got through the first week of raid testing. That was good. We had 3 bosses we tested yesterday that we got to see. It was pretty cool. Looking forward to future remixes so much. Are you saying you're old enough to have lived through the Habsburg dynasty? No, I'm saying you shouldn't expect me to remember everything they taught in school. Oh, man. I'm confused, man. Be nice to the tired lady, okay? She's having a hard time making the words line up. When you say Habsburg, I honestly think you're about to talk about that one of the Try Guys. She's wearing 2 sweaters. She's cold. Why the Try Guys? 'Cause Keith is Keith Habsburger. That's his name. It's not spelled exactly like that, but it's pretty close. One of you knew that. I'm leaving. Oh, and then I'm good. Okay. Dread waste rares. What's the name of the item I'm looking for? That might help me feel more specific. Jinyu Rod. It's a green one. I got a different one. I got the wrong staff last time. All that fruit sounds so lovely. It sounds like such a nice thing. Nice place to grow. I bummed myself out again because I was looking more into real estate. And I had gotten myself kind of excited about, like, man, maybe if I can just save up my pennies that maybe I could squeak into, if it's not new and I'm not worried about how close it is, like a little house and have a little yard I could garden in on the island. And I was like looking into it and I'd found a couple options. And then I looked into it some more. And the reason they're so cheap is because there's like crime. It's not a nice neighborhood. There's a reason why I can afford those ones, and it's not necessarily the place that you want to be walking your dog in. So I'm sad. Has anyone ever succeeded in being completely banned? Is there a way to be so blacklisted you cannot create a new account? Like IP banned? Like Steam does to people? I don't know. What would one have to do? Why, are you curious? You're trying to get clean of WoW and you just really want Blizzard to enforce it. Keep thinking maybe if I'm super lucky, save up a bunch, I'll find the perfect place. There's usually, I've found, if there's things that are like suspiciously affordable, there's usually a reason, and it's usually not pretty. Like stuff like this river overflows every third year or so and everybody's house floods, or you know, like the crime thing, or there's like noise, or I don't know, there's always something. Busted. Has crossed my mind. Looking for a way out. If you're wanting to garden, you can do one in your house. Simple to keep alive. They have so much flavor. I mean, I have those. I have a hydroponic garden. And I'm making use of my balcony, and I have like 40 house plants. I just want earth. I want dirt. I want to be able to have like an outdoor compost pile. And I want to be able to dig. You know, I don't... I'm tired. I can't do this today. If I can afford it, there's something wrong. Yeah. Theory, you can have a free email address, pay for game time with the time cards, but that's a pain. Yeah, I guess I'm complaining. I've made decent use of my balcony. I've got cilantro, and I've got my rosemary, and I've got my raspberries and my strawberries, and a bunch of ornamental stuff, and my sweet peas smell nice. You know, I'm doing stuff, but like people who lived us here before trashed the yard. Oh, that sucks. I had a powerful dream last night. Snow Eyes berries. I want to hear about the dream. I think. I was almost ready for you to say I made good use of my balcony now that I put 4 feet of dirt on it. Listen, okay, so you take the saran wrap, you put it up the railing and up the side of the building, and you make a big bucket. Afternoon, how the heck are you? Afternoon, Chance. I'm doing okay. I'm alright. I'm a little fried. How you doing? How's your new place treating you? Remix is good though. Mm. Do you have a flat roof? What does that mean? You mean like, is there a ceiling above me? That can't be what you mean. Got a tasty chicken sandwich for lunch, getting ready to put some game in it. Oh, nice. Raid testing went smoother than the one before. It was good. It was 3 bosses, so I was pretty toast by the end of it. But it went well. The fights were really cool. They used the room, which is nice. Yeah, I thought the bosses were really fun. Oh, the roof of the building is flat. You can't go up there if that's what you mean. It's not like a cool, you know, sit in your hot tub and look out over the city kind of situation. Eat my leftover sub sandwich using a heating massage pad for my poor back. Loved Princess K, whatever her name is. No, I've never done Mythic Siege. You can't. Also, in my world, those two things are the same things. Yes, you can get all the vendor cosmetics on one character. Absolutely, no problem. Now we're in Dungeon Queue. Should keep an eye on my sound. Make sure I notice if I get the thing. You gotta get that remix title for Mythic Siege. Why? I know there is one, but why? Why do we gotta get it? For what? Am I gonna walk down the street and someone's gonna go, oh geez, here's a paragon of the mists, everybody make way. I can't even loot these. They're not gonna let me do that. What does Xiaohao rep get you? It's a great question. The one reason to grind the different reps is when Remix ends, presumably you'll keep the rep and be able to just go to the rep vendor and buy stuff. So if you farm Timeless Coins and Xiaohao rep, you would be able, there's a Cloud Serpent that's on the vendor that you could then go buy later after Remix characters get released. Imagine if that was going to happen. You would never do it. True. You can buy that serpent now. I just got it. Oh, nice. I thought someone said that none of the rep vendors were in, but I also haven't checked anything myself, so I don't know anything. Maybe it's just vendors that use regular gold? I don't know. It should be nice fast dungeons. Should be able to just keep running and shooting. Get exalted with a rep and remix. You can get 2 achievements for it, normal achievement points, and the remix feat of strength. Okay. That running animation's still excellent. She does know how to book it. Knowing Blizz, they'll keep upping the bronze rate every 2 weeks. Yeah, maybe. They still might have like an extra boost to give it towards the end of the event in the final weeks of it. I just really like the idea of getting it all kind of finished and wrapped up and sorted out before I don't know, things get too busy elsewhere before like pre-patch. I can probably scrap all these speed gems that I've been saving because I'm almost speed capped anyway. They're not going to make me any faster. Oh, yeah, I guess I don't know why we're waiting. We can just I could have waited downstairs. I'm going downstairs. I can go just start running now. Need to get back into Dragonflight, collect all those bronze ingots for Mogs. I guess I can scrap stuff over here while I wait. I want to do more raid clears today. I did a couple of them yesterday. I did like a regular heroic tour. But I didn't have time. I had to do a baby stream, so I didn't have time to do Siege of Orgrimmar or Throne of Thunder, and we need more toenails. Yeah, people were saying 49% is the speed cap. I don't know that for a certainty. Getting to the point of switching all my gear over to Avoidance since it's the only thing that Cloak doesn't give. Confirm speed cap. I've hit it. Is the Avoidance going to do you any... I mean, I know nothing's going to do you any good at a certain point, but does your Avoidance do you any good if you're immortal because you have a bajillion health? If anything, there's some gems that scale off of damage you've taken if you're trying to like Mark of Arrogance cheese or something. Trying to compete all the achievements in my main before I start cranking adults. Alright, and then the random heroic should go a lot faster. Yeah, the 49% is just 49% from the speed stat specifically. You can still stack that with other bonuses like Windweaver and Trailblazer. I'm running at 232% right now. It's just that 49% of that roughly is from speed. It looks like it takes maybe 5,000 speed rating to get to that point. Something like that. Sad to learn of the stat cap for speed. I was looking to get a full epic speed set just to see how fast I could go. I'm trying to think of something I can share or talk about. I'm not really all here this morning. The main thing I did yesterday was just raid testing. That was the big focus, but I don't think I have any more in-depth thoughts other than it was cool and I liked it and it felt a little long. But it was good. We saw all the phases available of all the bosses. Nexus Princess Kaiveza is a particularly cool fight, in that once you start doing it correctly, it really feels like you've done something. Like you can really feel it coming together and being like, oh, if we can just position like this fight gets sick. Yeah, Matrix is still only half watched. Every day that passes that I don't finish it is not a good sign for me finishing it. I've seen it before, I just don't remember anything. Did you watch the new season of Bridgerton? I did. I've finished part 2 now. I did 2 episodes yesterday or the day before, and then 2 episodes yesterday. Do you start making your videos during beta content? I feel like we must have done at least something about it during alpha too. Maybe not video, maybe streams. Only seen half of the Matrix 2. I watched part 2 so fast. Yeah. Got my second level 70 remix yesterday, working in Eld Army for the bronze for Mounts and Mogs. Do you think they'll eventually nerf the upgrade cost? No, they said they wouldn't. And there's really no reason for them to when they can just buff bronze acquisition like they recently did. They specifically said they were not going to reduce upgrade cost. And they wanted to tell people that so that people could buy the upgrades without worrying that they were going to get cheaper later. Is it possible to get every achievement in the game? I don't know. theoretically, achievements, yes. Feats of strength, no, which is why they convert things to feats of strength once they're no longer available. Practically, there's probably some obscure exception that I don't know about. Just because this game's real big and real messy. Isn't buffing bronze a loophole to nerfing the upgrade system? Yes, yes it is. Annie had them all last spec. I don't know why achievement point hunting doesn't click with me. Other types of collecting do. I love a good mount farm. I enjoy, collecting pets. I like it when the toy or the transmog number goes up, even if it's like a transmog that I know I'm never going to wear. So I don't know why achievements, when they're only for achievement points and they're not tied to anything else, I don't know why they specifically feel like paper money to me. It's not... I remember when I first got my very first achievement, when I started playing the game, it was for, like, reaching level 10.
Okay, here's the game.
No, stop! That's what I get for having a speaker in here. Terrifying. I got my first achievement for hitting level 10, and I remember asking my friends, oh, what does this do? And they're like, do nothing. And I'm like, but it says, it's like it's got a thing. And they're like, yep, that's it. And I'm like, wait, so it's just for points that you can't spend? They're just there? And they're like, yep. And I'm like, no. It just feels like a paper thin way to get people to do things. Not that I haven't done them before if they're fun in their own right, but for point's sake, I don't know. Remember being excited for it's over 9,000. There's just so many. Now points are way higher. But I'm also a little blue this morning, so I might have a more optimistic take on a different day. I think my perspective might be variable. I do have 33k achievement points for all that's worth. We're going. Got here, hope you're okay. Don't like hearing that you're feeling blue. I'm sorry. Everybody does, though, sometimes. I think you're only feeling not blue 100% of the time if you are using some serious recreationals to supplement that. Don't want an achievement hunt, even if you just popped illegal substances, I assume. Super busy, very little time to play Remix, and I'm stressed, have no time to do anything when pre-patch and launch are here. You have enough time. It's okay. You have enough time. And if anything, you are going to be able to get what you want without as much time invested as people that started earlier, because you're starting after all the buffs. You're going to be getting the new bronze mounts for every cache that you get. You're going to be getting new thread mounts for every spool that you get. You're going to be powering up much more quickly. Yeah, I agree with that. Variance of emotion is very normal. It's fine. It's kind of annoying when you're trying to stream every day and your thing is being positive. It's kind of why you never really want to make yourself into like an Ellen, because people will expect you to do that all the time, and then if you're not, they're like, but you know, it is what it is. Especially if you're getting on 5 days a week. Haven't tried it at all in Remix. How fast is Xiaohao now? It's 700% faster than it was. I haven't really tried much of it either. Besides, I think I'm just tired. I got up early and I didn't want to, and I did it anyway, and it was good because I got the stuff that I wanted to do done, and now I'm just cranky because I'm tired. I shouldn't even be that tired. I had a nap yesterday, and I went to bed not insanely late or anything. It's not like I'm living off like 2 hours of sleep like I was last week. Hate getting up early. Didn't even sleep well either. I also don't like getting up early, but it's the only way I can accomplish anything. Believe me, I've tried. Oh, alright. Woohoo. We did it. 700%'s a lot. Intense, vivid dreamer. Never really get rest. Foreign concept. You know what I did? I watched like 9 videos on trimming dog toenails just to see if any of them had any like secrets. They don't. They all know the same thing. Except there's XYZ amount of actual tips. And after that, you pretty much know how to do it. You gotta just do it. But I'm now the proud owner of all of the tips about trimming dog toenails. Moosey's also good. I've been massaging his paws for the time that I've had him, so he lets me do it. He doesn't mind. He doesn't love it, but he'll let me get away with a little bit of mom. Yeah, I did. I don't do all of them at once. I'll do like 3 or 4 nails, and then I'll give him his treat and his hug and leave him alone. And then I'll do more like the next day or like later that day kind of thing. I don't do all 10 in one go because, you know, I live with him, so I can kind of get him whenever. But I had been trimming them like cat nails because that's what I had been used to as a cat owner, where I had been taking just the sharp tip off. And after watching these videos and looking at his feet, I was like, oh, I need to take like more off. Otherwise his quicks are going to start to come forward. And also like his nails are just too long. It was just kind of hard to judge because, I don't know, he's got big feet. And I haven't really had to do this before in my life. Joker's nails used to just grind down from walking. And Moose walks a lot too, but apparently not enough to grind his nails down. Tried to do that with our older dog starting at 8 weeks old. We could never touch his feeties. You wouldn't believe this simple trick. Yeah, I guess the dog nail trimming tricks that I discovered were if your dog's nails tend to splinter or split or crack when you're trimming them, do it after a bath, because when the nails have absorbed some water, they're less likely to splinter, split, or crack. They're also softer and easier to cut through. Obviously doing it in bright lighting or even with a backlight can help you see where the quick is, even on a darker nail. And if you're trying to get the quicks to recede, it's good to make the first cut to make them shorter, but then if you can take a little bit off of the top of the nail, the helmet that's kind of above the quick, that's going to help it recede faster. World Tour. World Tour is good. Big feet on big boy. I've been touching my puppy's paws. He bites me when I do. You just got to keep at it. little bits and then positive reinforcement like a million times. That's the thing that you don't really get a sense of when you're watching videos and like reading books about like how to train your dog, is they'll tell you how to train your dog how to do something in like a paragraph or like a 3-minute video. And they're like, do this thing and then give him treats and praise and just keep that up until it's ready. And the part that they don't mention is that depending on the dog and the situation and stuff, the keep that up part could mean doing it like 250 times. It's really boring. It takes a really long time and you don't feel like you're getting anywhere. And you are. It's just really hard to see when it's right in front of you and you're doing it. That's the part that like it's hard to get a feel for until you're actually raising and training a dog, is that it's so much patience and repetition. And sometimes they'll learn something really quickly, but if you want it to be like consistent, you just have to keep going. And I'm still not there yet, you know. We're doing our best. Yeah, it depends a lot on the dog too. Ivash has a piranha instead of a dog. What nail clippers do you use for the cat? Normal cat nail clippers. For her. If I miss Pandaria Remix, is it a big deal? No. Especially if you're not like a cosmetics completionist. If you are a WoW cosmetics completionist, then it is a big deal, but you probably would have been playing by now already. Can you watch movies or shows where something happens to the dog? No. And I get upset when things happen to cats too. I get really upset, especially in like crime thrillers, when an early precursor to like a horrific murder is someone doing something messed up to a cat. That really, really upsets me. Glad I work at a vet. Cat needs 3 people to clip her nails. What about if things happen to worms? When was the last time in a movie something specifically happened to a worm? I want you to give me an example of a movie that I have seen where someone was doing things to worms. I dare you to find one. Yeah, they're not a very common target. I have not seen Forrest Gump. Episode in season 4 of Killing Eve with a Cat. I have not seen Godzilla. I have seen Dune, but actually, you know what? Yeah, the baby sandworm thing, I felt pretty bad for it. Yeah, I didn't like that. This should be a very fast world tour. Also, brush the cat before I clip her nails, kind of a ritual in her mind. Aww. Yeah, I'm lucky that Miss Kira is fairly patient with me about her nails. She didn't used to be, but we just worked at it over time. I used to do the same thing where I would not do all of them at once. I would do like a couple of them, and then I would give her treats and stuff. And she really likes those treats, so after a while, she still doesn't like come to me for nail clipping the way that she comes to me to get her teeth brushed. But I'll clip her nails, and then she'll be like, "Hey, where's my stuff? You owe me, pesky human." What's with the 4-day axis when they market it as 3? My theory, and I talked about this in the video I put out this morning, my theory is that they've given themselves a buffer day, so if there's substantial stability issues and the game's not functioning for a day, they can still deliver 3 days of early access. Not complaining though, August 22nd, let's go! I walked with my doggy and we went on a big adventure and we went to a pet store that we'd never been to before. And we went in and we got him some special treats and it was nice. It was fun. And now I kind of want to like just make a list of literally every pet store in the city that I could maybe somewhat reasonably walk to with my dog and then just like do them all. Lucy likes them. Plus there's usually someone in there to love him. Early access is a scam you should be complaining about. Oh, I complained about it too. I can do both. Have to go to Dalaran to start the campaign quest? I don't remember. They send you to Silithus, which is weird because it reminds me a lot of BFA. Oh, what do you think the maximum amount of time publishers can sell early access? Do you think they could get away with a month? No. But I don't know. Like, when we say get away with, do we mean that people will still pay for the early access? Or do we think that people will stop paying for the actual release of the game when it comes out? Or, because, like, if you think of early access in terms of how Steam does it, there are plenty of games where early access just means released, but we get to go, oops, if it's broken. Like, and they never take it out of early access because why would they? Because people will buy the game, pay for the game, play the game, finish the entire cycle of engaging with the game, and it never needs to be done. I think of that as in kind of a different vein as the WoW thing. Yeah, I don't like if it's an indie dev, I don't think they ever need to take their game out of early access. Whether or not they should is a different issue, but I don't think they need to.
Watch your step.
I don't know if those rep insignias are staying or not. 7 Days to Die has been in early access for 10 years. 11 years. We'll release 1.0 soon. They swear. Yeah, I don't think I would have been as upset about early access if it had been for pre-order, but not for the more expensive version of it. If it that would have been less egregious to me. But I think they're going to make fat stacks of money selling this early access. I think people are buying it and will continue to buy it for beta as well. And you know, if they can do it, I don't see why they wouldn't. They're like, we don't like it, but the point is, like, it doesn't matter if they're getting bad press. It matters if people are so mad that they stop playing, and I don't think that they've hit that point here. They should try a month, see what happens. From what I understand, the weekly endgame content is locked. You cannot do mythic dungeons. You cannot do weekly quests in early access. That all feels pretty... I mean, it's good that they have those limitations on there, but it feels like for a lot of people, it doesn't matter anyway, because the point is, somebody that's not no-lifing is going to take a couple days to level their first character anyway, and early access lets them get that done over the weekend before the week begins, so that they don't end up scrambling at the end of the week to do all those weekly things they wanted to do. Go out of town, hide for the weekend that it drops with early access. Get so far ahead in professions that you'll make so much gold it pays for itself.
Stack high.
That's the first I've heard about walking into heroic dungeons. That sounds a bit strange. Yeah, profession knowledge weeklies wouldn't be in yet, but just leveling up the profession would be fine. You wouldn't be able to get a head in knowledge, but you would be able to get a head start on just like gathering and crafting through the early leveling up. They said the heroic dungeons won't be queuable until season 1. Oh. Weird. Interesting. What a strange restriction if they're still gonna let you do them but just not queue for them, but then later they let you queue for them. Like what are they accomplishing there? What's the point? I don't know. I don't get it. Because a lot of these reasons would make more sense if it was a change they were sticking to for the War Within, but if it's only until season 1...
Killads.
Noobs who haven't read anything about the XP don't queue and get slaughtered by the increased difficulty. Maybe, but I don't know. I think a lot of people don't read up on fights before they do them. I think that researching a fight ahead of time for like a random heroic, I know that they are harder and they take the place of old mythic heroes, but I don't think it's going to be just new players. Love y'all. Peace. Have a great Saturday. See you later. Have a wonderful weekend. I researched what killed me. Yeah, I'm queen of opening up the death log after I die and going, wait, what happened? And then I'll look for that name and be like, okay, let's not do that again. But if something, I feel like it's not worth it to stress yourself out about reading every single thing until you find out whether or not you understand it. Because plenty of things you're like, oh man, if you get hit by the falling cloud of pollen, you're going to take 45 damage over 32 seconds and you'll have reduced hit rate. And then you're like, wait, just dodge the swirl. Like, when you see it, it's not that complicated. Have you tried just blaming the healer instead? Involves way less reading. Oh. All right. We're going to toes. I always blame the tanker leg. Whenever I mess up, I just tab out a chat so that if anybody is like spamming question marks or going, or you know, like insulting the character of myself or my parents, I just won't see it. Sometimes I'll type a quick "my bad" before I do that, just so that they know that I'm human and alive and at the keyboard and gonna try harder next time. And then I just tab right out. They can just ping you. It's hard to insult the character of my parents via ping system, though. Also, no one has ever passive-aggressively pinged me, except for Flabby. We like meme ping in Hearthstone Battleground Duos. There's so many gems. If it was Flappy, it was probably very active aggressive, right? What does Flappy passive aggressive sound like? Sometimes it sneaks up on you.
Phase 2.
And then you realize that he's pulling your leg and you're like, wait, you had me going. Hold on.
Phase 3.
Does it bother anyone else that WoW Elves' eyebrows stick out of helms and everything? Imagine if they like just folded around your face and they were like tickling your ears though. They're just very hard. Imagine the huge eyebrows if they just drooped. They just fell. Helms have what if you could tuck your eyebrows behind your ears to get them out of your way? Imagine that you're eating and your eyebrow gets in your food. I mean, people have mustaches. They manage to get through their lives. I don't know how, but they seem to cope. Hi, Hazel. Hello, how are you? Have you ever done any serious mythic raiding? No. I've never had an interest in mythic raiding. I've never done it. I've never wanted to. It just doesn't speak to me. I've raided heroic for all of the tiers that I've been raiding since like WoD. I've done AOTC since then. That's good enough for me. Made a druid. Get all the leather transmogs. My brother has a mustache and a full beard, and when he gets food stuck in it, he says, snacks for later. Yeah, it's true. I haven't even done frivolous mythic raiding.
Killads.
Mythic raiding, but we're just kidding.
Killads.
I'm glad I'm getting all these raids done on stream. It's really good bronze. And I didn't end up logging back on at any point yesterday to do the rest of the raids that I wanted to do yesterday, so I'm not behind, because you can't really fall behind in bronze farming, but... Do you still have a use for the bronze? Yeah, I need another 350k or so. Goes fast now, though. Just accepted that I'm an MSV to HOF to Toes Girly. Only do those. It's a nice quick loop. Gift card otter, thank you for the 42-month resub. I wonder if WoW Eyebrows inspired Brandon Sanderson's eyebrows in Stormlight Archive. I haven't read those. But when I was finishing, and this isn't a story spoiler, when I was finishing the second part of Bridgerton Season 3, there's a scene where Colin is writing. And it's my favorite thing, because when he's writing, you can tell that he's like pleased with what he's writing. And you can tell because the actor's going, yeah, It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's like incredible. If you haven't watched it yet, you'll know it when you see it. It's just Colin's writing some stuff at a desk and he's real pleased with himself. It's such a good time. We go into probably to Heart of Fear next. Chat has told you so many times to read it, though. This is true. I laughed so hard when they made the bronze change, but I'm glad they did. Would you say it goes more than twice as fast? Love this season. Just keeps getting better. I liked season 2 better, but season 2 was very good, so it was kind of hard to compete with. I'm looking forward to future seasons. Season 3 was my fave. I've heard much about this show. It is cotton candy for TV. It is. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's like a incredible narrative achievement or anything like that. They've taken Regency era bodice ripper romance novels and they've given them the Netflix treatment. But I'm all about that. I like watching things that are fun and that don't make me think at all. Yeah, I want Eloise's season 2. Main couple this season is amazing. Really? I like her. I find him to be ridiculous. I don't get Colin. I don't get his appeal. I don't know who he is. I don't get his personality. I just don't understand. Do they talk in Old English? Because then it's art and sophisticated. I mean, they don't use very many conjunctions. It's a lot of cannot instead of can't kind of thing. But this is about it. It's not very accurate Regency era stuff. They've kind of gone off the rails in terms of period accuracy. It's just vaguely set in that period. They're not at all interested in making it like thorough. I would not say it's fair to say it's Austin for Gen Z. Someone tried to do literal Austin for Gen Z. There was like, didn't they do, I forget what it was called, Emma or something? I don't know. There was a redone movie and apparently it wasn't very good. I didn't watch it. I just did that thing where you watch a review for a movie that you've never seen and never will see on YouTube just to watch somebody make fun of something. Speedrunning movies, I see. Mm-hmm. Watch a lot of YouTube reviewers who explain the plot overseeing the movie. I do find when I watch something like that of a film that I've seen and I've already taken my time, or like a show that I've seen and I've already taken my time to form my opinion before I go watch the review, I sometimes don't find that like like I don't take the reviewer's word as gospel quite as much when I've already kind of seen it, because sometimes it is kind of oversimplified and boiled down for the YouTube algorithm. Like you find the easy thing to be outraged about and then you go, they could have done this thing better, or how dare they change this character or whatever. But sometimes if you watched it, you might, from your own perspective, not mind so much. I'm glad that I saw the Mean Girls movie, the new one, before I read any discourse about it, because people hated that film, and I had a great time. I don't think it's perfect, and I later watched a bunch of those videos, and I agreed with a lot of them. But I had a wonderful time going to see it, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I don't think I would have if I had seen all of that vitriol first. Yeah, the musical. Hazel, 135k left, and then I'm good in collectibles for Remix. The end is nigh. Use an add-on called Move Any. Different from Move Anything to move the just received bronze pop-up from the middle of your field of view. I watched the Star Wars movies, 6 of them, before finding out the fans loved all the movies. We should have more boss fights where we dismember them limb by limb. What about a boss fight where they dismember us limb by limb? You know, like someone has to volunteer to get their leg eaten by the boss, and then they like move really slow, and they're like, you know, like they're like 2 of their friends need to go pick them up and drag them to a corner to save their life so that the raid doesn't lose morale. That would be a very un-WoW thing to do, which makes me think they shouldn't do it. Might be fun in a different game. You have to loot new boots every 2 weeks. Yeah, but you only need to loot one of them. No, I think that there would be some kind of slime in that room that would let you regenerate the leg. It would just take some time. And then in the meantime, while the injured character is recuperating on the floor in the corner after having been dragged there by their team, they need something to do too. So they get to compose the sonnet about the story of the boss fight.
Beware.
Currently sitting on the terrace of my favorite cafe, a ladybug has landed on my hand. Are you in a movie? I think you're in a movie. No, I don't want to move much. I don't want to lose my friend. I used to, when I learned that ladybugs ate aphids and that aphids were bad for plants, I used to, whenever I found a ladybug, I used to go move it as a kid to my favorite plants so that, I used to go move the ladybug to my favorite plant so that it could defend it. I wouldn't be wildly clear on whether or not that plant had aphids. I don't think I'd made that connection yet, but I just thought that I was, employing the defenses. Has your daily been showing up? Mine isn't there anymore. I haven't looked today, but I did it yesterday just fine. Better than the earwig I just had on my motorbike glove. No. I've ran the wrong way, haven't I? I'm gonna Nostwind out of here. I already Nostwind. I got lost and didn't get credit. I mean, I just released because I died, and I thought I could run back, but then I got turned around. I'm just gonna leave the instance group. I think this world tour is over. Getting lost in a raid, name a more iconic duo. That's okay. It's one boss. Besides, wouldn't I get it? I have some mail in the postmaster. Let's go see what I got. I'm sitting on 45k bronze, plus I've got a ton of gear to scrap. Earwigs would offend me less if they introduced themselves with names. You know, like if you found an earwig in your bathtub and it was like, wait, no, it's me, Jason. Yeah. Listen, I'm just trying to get to my nephew's graduation. Oh, dear. There's a mailbox over here. Darn it. I didn't get the bronze. Oh well. What do you do? Some reason I get earwig and earworm confused in English. I mean, I have a guess as to why those words are really similar. Hi, Hazel. Hello. You're only a couple of letters off. Yeah, I'll do. No idea what an earwig is. Don't Google it. It's a bug. They're pretty freaky looking. They like moist places, so if you have a bathroom, particularly if it doesn't ventilate properly, or drain properly or something like that, they tend to show up, but sometimes they just show up anyway. Two achievements down for A World Awoken. Anyone have an idea when the pre-patch is coming? I do not know. I was guessing late July. Another month and a half kind of situation. Feels right, but I don't know. All right, so I think I said siege, so I should probably go in the general siege direction. Oh, I should also give Floopy lead so he can find a group. Think it'll be less than a month, but we'll have to see. Take bets. Hi, hello, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Let me commune with the spirits to see if they know. I promise when it's here, it'll feel like no time passed since this conversation at all. Just like blinking your eyes, going to sleep, taking a nap. Last couple pre-patch events haven't been all that special. I think this one's also going to be a little bit whatever. I saw that. All right. Well, it's happening. I guess we're doing Mythic. How's Squidgy's power? Haven't seen her in a bit. Bet she could beat Goku. We're about to find out if I can do the hardest content in Remix because we're going. In theory, this is a full 476 group. I'm gonna run Health Pet. I'm gonna run Stam Pet. That's what I'm gonna do. Extra 8% health. I mean, I have 6.6 mil health, but now I have 7.1 mil health. Well, now I have less, but at full health, you know. This is Mythic. Sure is. I've never seen it. I've never done it. You guys are about to be making way for the Paragon of the Mists. like one does. Don't forget to right click before everyone is ready. I have 161k threads. I'm just hoping it's not like a super slog. I don't think I have the patience today for it. I wasn't planning on doing it today. I'm in kind of a messy mood. Oh, are we going? Are we resetting? I didn't do that. Someone else did that. Someone pulled. I swear it wasn't me.
Watch your step.
You'll be surprised how easy it is. Yeah. I hope so. Had one guy carry 15 people in Mythic Siege. It was the other hunter auto shot. Okay. For a moment, like, I saw it pull and I was like, wait, I swear I didn't do it, but it did kind of look like a hunter. Oh, man. How glad are you about the extra 300k health now? I had take issue with your math. That is way more than 300k. And if I made that kind of math, you would ridicule me for it. All right, 6.6 mil. 7.13 mil. That is 530k. Squidgy's 2 in. Widgy. I'm going to reinstate my be nice to the cranky lady rule. Except I'm upgrading her from tired to crabby. Do you need pie? No. I had ice cream last night and it was delicious while I was eating it, but then I had a sugar headache and I felt awful and I regretted everything. You know what makes me mad about Dragonflight? We never got our duck mounts. This is true. You do need pie. We were just doing math. Maybe not ice cream pie.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, let's see how this goes.
Run away.
Floopy's doing lots of damage. That was the first phase. I'm on there with my 6 mil. It's a lot of flowers.
Run away.
I'm out of water. I guess we could drink some cold tea. Protectors is the worst. Summons the Anguish has a lot of HP. Last fall. Do you have coffee at your desk? I had coffee a couple hours ago. And I was up a couple hours before that. And some days I can deal with it, and some days it doesn't work out. I guess the news video's out and it's not Sunday, so that's something. Alright, let's see how Protectors goes. People say this is the rough one. Floyd here now. Hello! Welcome. Happy Saturday. I hope your weekend's going well. Very proud of you when I saw the Saturday video out before stream. It was tough this week because of raid testing. Normally I do them all on Friday. And having an extra 3 hours of focus time on Friday. I'm a big baby. I'm a big baby that's only mildly functional on a good day. But it's fine. We're getting it together. Ish. I probably won't have to live in a box by the junkyard with a family of feral cats. rich tapestry you're laying out there. Do I have a pet out? I do have a pet out. And we're doing like 10 mil damage.
AOE incoming.
These bosses definitely do take longer.
Big ad.
I don't know if there's houses next to junkyards, but there might be boxes.
Watch your feet.
Answered there for the boxes. What if it's a dishwasher box just to really get everything full circle? I fit into one of those once.
Watch your feet.
It's a while ago.
AOE incoming.
I can still fold for storage. Light to the right of the player frame, I think, indicates an absorb shield when they're at full health. I think. I'm not 100%. It's not something that needs much attention in Remix. A countertop dishwasher box? That would be funny. Sounds right.
Watch your feet. Charging. Move.
Made stupid forts from time to time when we got big boxes from deliveries in grad school. I was not expecting the end of that sentence to be grad school. That's fun. I don't think there's a stupid fort.
Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
How much do you get for these? Oh yeah, it's the same amount as Heroic. I forgot. You get the same amount of bronze as Heroic. It's just for bragging rights, I guess. And extra toenails. And to be the paragon of the mists! Pretty sure I still have the photo in my box. Me and my box harboring a large graduated cylinder as a weapon to protect my territory. That sounds like fun. There are unique weapon colors from Mythic. Not in my reality. Not in the version of truth that I am creating for myself to live happily ever after it. You want to know why I'm here? It's because Flabby signed up for it. To be fair, he might have asked and I just didn't see it. I'm awful to game with while I'm streaming. I'm sometimes awful to game with anyways, because I'm pretty good at getting confused and lost and not paying attention, but, He's just said Siege, didn't say what difficulty. You're right, you got me there. Who knew that the remix endgame was going to be weapon colors? You're telling me you're not gearing multiple characters to max gear to farm Mythic Reek colors? Not so much, no. Ten toes is worth it. I think it'll get me quite close to being able to finish collecting the heirlooms. I don't know why I want them, but I guess I'm buying them just because. So I need 4 more heirlooms. One of which I no, I need 4 more heirlooms. Although I think that's doing them based on appearance and not based on actual like heirloom collection. Because it almost looks like that shield I have learned an appearance that looks like it, but just not that one, which is weird. I didn't know if there was anything that I don't know. I don't know what I need in order to do good today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You ever think about dogs having 20 toes? Is it nice out? It wasn't earlier. It might be later. It's Saturday though. There's people outside on Saturdays. It's scary. Recommend a walk. It is a good idea. I do walk a lot.
Stay away from lines.
We do like 3 walks a day regardless of the weather just because of the dog. Nice out here. Beautiful day.
Big
It's not so much an if, it's a where.
Big ad. Shockwave. Big ad. Big ad.
I bought him some treats. The store, they called them smelly fishies. And they're like freeze-dried individual anchovies. And they're very stinky. And he loves them. Holy smokes. Like, the lady gave him one at the store. And he looked at her and he just like big old cartoon licked his chops and went, yup. Anything else for Moose? Just sitting up there looking at like wagging his tail. First one's free, kid. I did buy him a bag of them. It 100% worked. Perfect sales strategy. 10 out of 10. No notes. I love stinky food. I mean, sticky toffee pudding's pretty good. That one's not stinky, but sticky. True. I've sent over 25 people to your remix leveling video XP guide. I'm so pleased that people liked that one. It was something I wasn't sure about doing because I know other people have already done the concept and WoW had the video or the article out about it. It wasn't new information or anything. No, I'm glad that people still got some value out of it even though it wasn't early. What is the most about the stinkiest, stickiest food that is actually good? What is stinky and sticky? When I think of stinky food, I think of cheese. And I don't want my cheese to be sticky. As a general rule. Fish based, yeah. I think either one of those I can deal with, but both is rough. We went on a family hike at 7:30 a.m. this morning, what ended up being a jungle trail where we wished we had a machete for the briars. There were tears. Oh no! I mean, awful when you're in the middle of it, but like, what a memory. What an adventure. Oh, we got something. I got my Spire of Supremacy. I'm still Survival Loot Spect, which I think is probably good for this because, I mean, we'll keep an eye on what we can get here. But I'm assuming there's more two-handers than there are bows and guns in Mythic Siege because it's stabs and polearms. Let me see. So, Mythic Siege. I have one of 3 items that I can get Mythic Siege. There's a staff, a rod of the Meganthalithic apparatus, and then there's a longbow, a generic longbow. I guess I can also look to see if either one of them look particularly cool. That's the staff. And then that's the longbow. Okay, I'm for sure staying survival because that staff is much cooler. Meganthalithic? Meganthalithic. Dread Wasters. Trove tally's ruining my life. Is this one cool? This is what I just got. Yeah, it's alright. Got some truffle and mushroom pasta. Most offensive smelling thing. Didn't even eat it. Opened the package, sniffed, immediately threw it out. Oh. So wait, the truffles and mushrooms were already in the package with the pasta? Fascinating. Today is Saturday. It's my night to make dinner. I had some ideas about making sushi again. Sushi bowls. Pre-packaged ravioli. Oh. Are truffles mushrooms? Truffles confuse me because they also can be meant to indicate a certain type of like chocolate confection, which has nothing to do with the thing that you send pigs looking for in the woods. And I don't know why that breaks my brain so much, but it does. I guess we make chocolate into lots of things that aren't chocolate, like bunnies and coins and, you know, Santa. But maybe it's just because I don't understand actual truffles. I know truffle oil makes French fries taste good. 'Tis my birthday week. Who knew Santa could be so delicious? Most things make French fries taste good. I disagree with that. I think in the grand scheme of things, over half of them will ruin the French fries. I think French fries are improved. Really. Well, I'm considering things, right? So like motor oil. Windshield wiper fluid. Aquarium conditioner. I did not watch the new Alone premiere. Would you agree with most foods? I don't know. I had curry fries and they didn't I like curry and I like fries, but it didn't feel good. You are technically correct. The worst kind of correct. I don't know if I have had garlic edamame. Curry poutine is a good iteration of poutine. I would enjoy ice cream French fries. I mean, that sounds just like an evolution of the classic dipping your French fry in your milkshake at fast food, you know? And sticking your fry in your Blizzard or your Frosty or whatever it is. Bit of a poutine purist. How would you rate Canadian cuisine? I think it's extremely difficult to define Canadian cuisine. There's like a couple of things that are like dishes specifically, a couple of baked goods that you could arguably define as Canadian, but there's not like a cohesive food identity, I don't think. I also think rating a cuisine in general is like shaky territory. Because you're going to end up insulting someone's favorite food that is like very important to them. Culturally or otherwise. A few things that are regional, not much of a countrywide identity. Put 5 spice in my fries recently. Man, it's good. I wonder if I can get away with going AFK. Better now than later, right? Be right back.
Big ad.
Anybody knows I'm gone? No? Okay, cool. The tower's only at 17%. Oh, man. I still have my cold tea. We don't know how long until pre-patch. We were betting with each other earlier, people were. Is it supposed to be cold? No, but it would do fine as a nice tea. It's got hibiscus in it. I've decided I like this one. I would buy it again. Worthy of the tea cupboard. It's also like kind of lukewarm, which is actually not unpleasant. Had a Tim Hortons London Fog this morning. Treat for myself for going to the walking clinic. Are those good? Also, I hope the clinic went well. I always hated doing that kind of thing, but it's usually good to get it done. A tea purist or a tea mixer? One sort of tea or many? It depends on how you mean. Do you mean like in the same cup at the same time? Like, are we steeping like a black tea bag on top of a fruit one? Or do you just mean like in my life? Favorite drink? Good. Finally got requisitions to get x-ray ultrasound done on my injury. Oh, nice. Oh, in one cup. I've never double brewed it. I've never mixed and matched. I've never made a hybrid. Like an at-home blend. I exclusively brew blends that other people have blended. I've never been to Tea at the Empress. It doesn't sound like I would enjoy it in the slightest. It sounds like they would charge me a lot of money to sit in an uncomfortably fancy room in the touristy part of downtown and eat like a kind of dry overpriced cookie and then leave. I'm sure it's like a dream for some people. And maybe at a certain point in my life it would have been mine. But I think it would just be like pointless to me at this stage. Just kind of like the strongest possible illustration of look around you and now look at the wealth gap. I don't know. I got enough to pay for with groceries. Took my Nana a few years ago. Ungodly amount of money, definitely nice to experience once. I just don't think I would enjoy the indulgence. I do think it's nice to splurge and indulge sometimes. I just don't think that's what speaks to me. I feel like indulgence for me is taking like 5 days off in a row, getting like a messy veggie burger, eating it on my couch, and then playing a bunch of like Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing or Hearthstone or something. That's pretty much peak messy, lazy indulgence brain. Could it be a tidy burger? No. Get out of my fantasy. Stop changing things. Sorry. Sometimes when you're done eating the burger, you look at your hands and you look at your napkin and you go, you know what? I'm glad I'm home. I'm just going to go wash my hands. I'm just going to walk this over to the kitchen sink or the bathroom or whatever. I'm going to wash my hands and I should probably wash my face while I'm at it. Thank goodness I was home. Like, I don't want to eat a messy burger out, but I will 100% hunch over my coffee table and do it and then go clean up with like an actual sink. Love sandwiches where once you start eating, you have to commit because your hands are useless until it's done. Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm going to be any good to anybody today. Maybe if I take a nap and I get a reset, I'll wake up as a person who's useful to society. The Discworld novel I just started is The Hogfather. And it's giving very like Nightmare Before Christmas, but make it Discworld. It's very cute. Stream's pretty useful to me right now. Aw. Naps are the reset button. Bad day? Nap. Hungry? Snack and nap. Happy? What's one little nap? There's a Hogfather movie? I know there's a Godfather movie, but I refuse to watch it because I think something bad happens to a horsey. That's where I'm at in my life and cultural education right now. Wanted to check to see how far along you are. Yeah, whatever number in publish order the Hogfather is, that's how far I am. You are correct. Not a great movie for the horse. I'm not even like a horse person. I just, you know, it's like hearing that something bad happened to, you know, someone from accounting. It's, you know, we're not besties, but like that still sucks. Been meaning to try Tim Hortons here in Texas. I don't know what it's like in the States, but if it's anything like it is in Canada, I would say don't get your hopes too high.
Watch your step. Watch your step. Target change.
It's all right. I like the bagels.
Stay away from lines.
Yeah, we had to let my assistant go. I'm joking, by the way. I didn't have an assistant. It's a meme.
Watch your step.
5, 4, 3,
Watch your step.
He's
4,
not shown up for work. Something about a K-dot.
1.
It's a staple here because it's super cheap. Yeah. Plus they're everywhere. It's one of those things where you can just kind of like walk in any direction in the right areas and just trip and fall on a Tim Hortons and you're like, well, all right, fine, I'll have a donut or coffee or whatever it's going to be. Exactly, because it's super cheap. Oh, we got the rod. We got the staff, so we can change our loot spec too. We can change our loot spec now. We can go back to BM and it'll give us ranged weapons because that was the last two-hander from Mythic Siege. So now we're just hoping to get Hesex Longbow, even though it's not as cool looking as the other stuff. But I'm up one rod of the Megantholithic apparatus. Don't even have that appearance. Canadian version of Dunkin' Donuts. I think that's pretty accurate. Mind you, I haven't been to Dunkin' Donuts, so I couldn't actually... I'm just talking out of my feet. My toesies. My tootsies, they speak. Oh yeah, seems true. I think Dunkin' Donuts has good coffee. Somebody likes their coffee. I don't know. Dutch Bros has my heart. As long as you put sugar in it in some way. I used to get the Dutch Bros I used to order off like the special menu, and I would get like some kind of a seasonal creation, and they were good, but I just can't drink stuff like that anymore. I just can't handle it. I start vibrating. Like, I just feel like I'm off the rails. Wish I could justify Starbucks every day. Sometimes I'll buy Starbucks ground coffee and just make it at home. If it's on sale at the store, it's basically the same price as other coffee. I like the blonde blends. They have like the Veranda one, which is sometimes called True North up here, even though it seems like the same coffee. That one's good. Love the blonde. They have more caffeine in them, is like the paradox of coffee that I was shocked when I finally learned it, is that dark roasts actually have less caffeine even though they taste like they have a stronger flavor. Get the views. I got a pack of those for when I was moving because I figured I might want like instant coffee like in between getting everything set up. Or maybe I was traveling. Why? I bought them for something.
2, 1.
Buy whatever's on sale at the store. We have a local coffee here called 2% Jazz. And I actually haven't been to wherever they actually sell it. I just get it sometimes at other places, or like I'll have it delivered. I don't do it super often because it's not as cheap as making coffee at home. But like, that stuff is good. I don't know how they do it. I'm doing great. Am I? I was 10th. I guess that's fine. Make sure to ask them for extra chess. I still haven't talked myself into bringing my laptop into a coffee shop to work. I've been vaguely wanting to for like months, and I have not worked up the courage to do it. I don't know what I think is gonna happen, but it just feels real scary. Bring a typewriter to the coffee shop. No, let me out, let me out. I don't want it. Seems like need for mechanics is very dependent on what kind of group you have and how strong people are in general. It looks like if you can get a full 476 group, it's not such a big deal. It's a lot like Heroic. Make sure if you do that, you update Windows first. Would it upset you to learn that my laptop is not a Windows machine? Bad exploit that just happened. This is still empty. It was empty earlier and it's empty again. Maybe you should go to a McDonald's to work from. Way cooler. I thought the whole point of the design of the indoors section of McDonald's restaurants was to move people through them as fast as possible by making them uncomfortable so they can have better turnover and sell more food. The Paragon title will be yours. I shall be Squidgy, Paragon of the Mists. Alright, milk rock time. Someone said something about soaking a swirl. I don't know. Let's see if anybody says anything in raid chat. Down a player.
Beware.
Oh. I say that as though I understood anything of what just happened. I don't know. Looks like someone else is on it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He's dead. The fact that you have a gem that nullifies fall damage takes out an entire mechanic of this fight. I can even DPS on the way down. I can keep kill commanding and stuff. Happy Saturday. Take care. See you later. Have a lovely weekend. I have a load of laundry that is my clothes that's been sitting in my dryer for, it feels like an entire week. And I'm the worst, and when I need something that I know is in there, I just open up the dryer and I take out the specific thing I need, and then I close the dryer and leave my clothes in there. There just hasn't been... I'm normally pretty on top of folding laundry, but there just hasn't been a moment in the last week or so where I've been like, you know what? It's time. Peak gamer status. Dryer, wear, washer, repeat. Give my cat one of those toys that you fill with treats. Follow it as they play with it, losing her mind like it's the best day of her life. Aww. A lot, depending on your wardrobe, your clothing might not even wrinkle if left in the dryer. There's plenty of types of clothes that it just kind of doesn't matter at all. If you're wearing like, you know, like linen shirts or something, then yeah, it's gonna look messy if you just like let it stay there. But it also, you know, maybe that's the look you wanted. Maybe nobody cares. Some people have jobs where they need to wear formal clothes or business clothes, and they need to be like pressed and professional, or else you're gonna get a talking to from the boss. But some people don't. That's okay. I do like folding and putting away my laundry because I find it makes it way easier to find clothes that I want. I like having my clothes and drawers done with kind of like the Marie Kondo style envelope folding, so that I can see what I have and you know, pick something out and it's not digging. I don't like pawing through my drawers like some kind of a late for school bunny rabbit. But I've never been stopped and told I need to take care of my wrinkled shirt. There's got to be some situations in life in which it's important, but I'm just not living in any of them.
2, 1.
You think new Marie Kondo just leaves her laundry in the dryer? Better yet, on the floor. She's embraced laundry chair. In fact, why clean your clothes? Just, if you have Marie Kondo money, just toss them into the sea directly. Get new ones. I'm joking. It's not even funny. I want the Tyven mount. Is it doable before we're within? There's parts of it that are kind of RNG dependent. You need certain things to show up, like fishing holes, the elemental storms, although those spawn more now, so it's better than it was.
Dispel boss.
I usually keep game sound pretty quiet so that it doesn't overpower my voice if I have things to say. I can turn it up for you though. We did it. Still not as bad as some of the normal runs that I've been through. Dark Animus Nullifier is funny as a startup sequence. cool to see how powerful your character's gotten since then. Eh. It's nice to be able to get through content like this, and it's nice to be able to get invited to groups like this, I think. It's good that we're crushing through bronze. We can do some big shopping later. I should be able to get the... I think I can get the rest of my heirlooms, because I think I only need 4 more. The vendor kind of confuses me, but... And I should get 10 toenails from this. See you later, Mr. Sonic Gen. Bones of Manoroth. People like to call them toenails because they're green and curved. Thanks for the speed level guide. Made 8 alts in 5 days. Very nice. Congratulations on your new characters. Are your toenails green? What if no one ever finds out? You can prove nothing. I don't think you're likely to catch bare feet on my stream. Not because I'm like religious about hiding them, but just because I'm cold, man. I wear socks. I got my super sick Walmart sports socks. I don't even know if they fixed Celestials. Wouldn't spawn yesterday. I don't know. That's annoying. Bare feet when you're in a druid tank. Mr. Barnacles. I haven't been keeping up with my world bosses. I know that I would get a lot stronger if I did them for threads. And it might be good for my ego to, you know, do more damage in groups like this via having more threads. But if everybody else is also doing more damage, I don't know. Plus, we're only going to need to do bronze farming for probably another, like, week tops. I probably should do the world bosses. They don't take very long. They're kind of fun. I bet I'll get... Is it still nostalgic when you're nostalgic for a reboot? I was gonna say I'm gonna be nostalgic for all this when it's over, and I'm like, wait, is that even possible? Does it count? How much stronger do you need to be? Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking. But I'm also not in my most optimistic mind frame, so you can't judge your willingness to do things based on how you feel on your nothing matters days. World bosses chill, chat for a bit while you wait time. I don't know if I'll keep farming power on main. Got all things from the event. Focusing on some else. That's it for me. Yeah, I mean, if you got everything, you got everything. I guess I could upgrade another character, but the only reason I would do that is if I bought everything off the vendor, still wanted to farm the weapons, and then I had bronze on those characters that I was farming weapons on, and I was like, okay, fine, I may as well spend it on upgrading their gear because there's no reason not to. I thought it would do an alt upgrade, but felt so bad being weak again. Yeah, and then yeah, that's also important that if you... I don't think I'm going to feel like playing retail until pre-patch. I think once pre-patch comes out, then there's going to be some motivation to be over there. But until then, I don't know. I got this. Always whip up some Stardew. It's not the right time for me to try to bring hardcore back. Not this summer. It would be fun on like a subathon though. It would be fun in a marathon event to do hardcore because the tireder you got, the more dangerous things would get. And then the idea is that you could go to bed when you die. Oh yeah, I heard the Buddies was happening. I've been on retail for my weekly artist raid. Kill Lich King for the mail. Oh, I'm glad I didn't pop Livestream. I kind of thought that was the boss. I'm really floating here. I wonder if we're going to beat the Iron Star timer on Garrosh. Or if the encounter changes substantially on Mythic. I don't think I've done it on... Well, of course I did it on Mythic. I farmed on Mythic once upon a time. What do you think about the Thorium Buddy? I don't know any details. All I know is buddies. That's all I got. What do you think about it?
Beware.
Hearthstone Battlegrounds thing.
Beware.
Not a fan of the buddy meta. Likely too slow to be good. Seems cool. I liked quests. Quests were really fun. I had a hard time adjusting to the loss of quests, and I always got excited when I could play Denathrius. How's the leveling process for Remix? I want to do it. There is a path you can take to level that will go faster on second characters, but you could also still do the same basic route, like the same basic layout for your first character, and it'll take you pretty far. Where you do dungeons and raids to level, and you can get a character from 10 to 70 in a couple of hours. I would expect to do it in like 5 or 6 hours for your first character. Something like that. If I was guessing. Farmed this raid for months, and I still have no idea what the Lucid guy does with his calculations. Dungeons and raids? Yeah, pretty much. Random heroic dungeons and normal raids as you're leveling at the earliest level that you're able to do them. But you can also quest and explore the zones and do reps and stuff, and there are some exclusive, special, cool rewards that you can only get from doing the zone meta achievements. You don't necessarily need to quest to get those achievements. It's kind of like a here's 3 achievements, do any 2 of them sort of thing, but it's worth looking at them. There's some really cute appearances. There's a backpack with like a chicken and a frying pan on it that you get for doing the Half Hill zone meta, but there's something for every zone. I wonder if they're trying to do the RP skip. I feel like by the time that we've killed the trash, it's going to be just like over anyway. Where's the Harbinger? I just didn't know if they were trying to do the RP skip or not. I think it's not worth it here. I think that the RP will be over anyways. True stat values. There's a link to it in my add-on spreadsheet. True stat values is what you're looking for stat caps. Although from what I was hearing from my friend, there's a 100% penalty, but then there's a different second point that the add-on doesn't seem great at showing you where you actually stop getting any extra benefit from your secondaries. Which makes me wonder what the point is. And I haven't come to the bottom of that. But yeah, the add-on's definitely better than doing it in your head. There's a certain point where your cloak's going to be so good that it kind of doesn't matter anyway.
Four, three, two, one.
Watch your step.
I ran a marathon? Come back? You are still in Siege. Do you really run a marathon? Holy smokes.
Phase 2.
You were just talking about getting back into running, recently. Oh, no. You could have said yes. I was prepared to be extremely impressed. I didn't even watch a video about running a marathon. Did have dinner. Anything delightful?
Shockwave. 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 Shockwave.
We had bread. Your mileage may vary.
Shockwave.
That sounds delightful to me. This is my kind of
Shockwave.
dinner.
Shockwave. Shockwave. Shockwave.
You would like
8,
Germany? Lots of bread.
7,
Shockwave.
5, 4, 3,
Shockwave.
1.
You might be right.
Four,
Phase 3.
Dinner's literally called evening bread. Gameplay looks like it's on triple speed. On longer fights, you can really wear out your fingers with all this haste. There's not really a point where you settle
your
into your
step.
rotation and you're just pressing buttons once a second. You're like really mashing the entire time because your global's up that fast.
1.
Mind control.
Four.
It seems fine. He looks like he took all the steroids
Phase 4.
in one day. Oh yeah, there is another phase, that's right.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Stack high.
Some of these people are Horde. I don't know if we're in the Horde or Alliance version of the raid. Yeah, it's a mythic phase. Thank you. I don't think I ever got that bow, but I'm glad I got the staff. I never do this quest. But we got our 10 bones of Manoroth, and I only needed 8 to get the rest of the stuff, so we're in good shape here. Congrats, Paragon. Thank you. Should we put it on? So everybody can make way for the Paragon of the Mists. How do you like Mythic and Remix? It's fine. It's alright. Nothing wrong with it. Now that you can wear that title of Mists of Tyrannus Scythe? How do you like being a Mythic Raider? Imagine if I just started calling myself that every stream title, and then people go, oh cool, what guild are you in? And I'm like, Frog Safety Team. We did Mythic Siege and Remix. All 2 of us. What's your lucky do? Tell me. Alright, so I've definitely bought these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so, and then I've definitely bought those ones. This is the thing that was getting me. It's this Hellscream's War Mace. It says collected, and then it says learn from another item. But it hasn't graded out, so I could purchase it, which means I think I don't have the heirloom, but I somehow have the appearance. Anyway, I guess I'll just get all of it. I thought the appearances were exclusive. Anyway, we got the pig sticker. I'm just gonna... Because I wonder if my... all the things was a little picky about... It was just counting appearances. Oh no, we're okay. No, it was because it thinks I already have that one, but I'm just gonna get it anyway. Alright, now I have all the heirlooms. Indubitably. Okay. You can't check the heirloom tab in Remix. It's not here. You'd have to log out. Mine was that way with the one-handed sword, but I was pretty sure I had it already. I'll just this is fine. This works. It's not a big deal. It's 8K bronze, if anything. It's funny that now 8K bronze is like not a big deal. When at first I was like, that's 4 mounts. I have another 36K left to spend on sets and stuff. Can I mock it? Is adding check marks on the items. Do you think they'll make the green ones purchasable? I don't know. I hope so, but I don't know. That's the $1 million question. I need a personal shopper to buy the bronze stuff for me. Might not bother with the regularly obtainable sets with War Within changes coming. Yeah, I think they won't be too bad to grind. Scrapping these speed gems. Speed capped anyway. I also don't know why I'm carrying around 17 haste gems or 3 armor gems. I guess I just haven't scrapped gems in a while. Holocron Coder, thank you for the 21-month resub. Yeah, that'll do for now. And then I can just delete these. They should be part of my heirloom collection. I never thought I would get the rest of the Garrosh heirlooms. I knew I had a few of them. I had 1 or 2 of them from way back when, but... Alright, we got 40k more bronze to spend. And I am now finished with heirlooms. I've got my bar for heirlooms is filled. I'm saving toys for later. Nearly all Raid Finder sets according to this, although I think that it's only counting ensembles I haven't learned, which doesn't account for individual pieces I'm missing from ensembles that I did learn because this game hates me. But let me see if I can find the one that I haven't learned yet. So like for this example, I was complaining about this yesterday. I have 35 of these 37 appearances, but it's already been used. So I could buy it again and use it again, but I'm mad, so I won't. That's 29 of 31. That might be the one. At least for the weak aura's sake. Yeah, so, well, no. I mean, it might take a relog. Finally got my prismatic bauble toy, and I love it. Nice. Yeah, I've had that for years, and it's been worth it for every single one of those years. All of the days, 100% worth it. Yeah, so now it thinks I'm finished with Raid Finder sets, even though I'm technically not. But the weak aura seems to think that I am. Which is good enough for me for now. I can go back and fill gaps later. Let's start working on normal sets. Or heroic mythic sets, or normal sets. Heroic mythic sets. It's just so annoying when it's something that I already have like lots of, but not all of. I wish they would discount them. Pandaria Bronze Completion is the name of the weak aura. I guess we can go from the back end. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, some of these I haven't bought, but I for sure have everything just because we've run those raids on Mythic so many times because of mount farming, really. I think that's why I have so much more. I will go back and buy those at some point, so I don't really know why I'm doing it out of order. I guess just in case I somehow like quit Remix before getting everything, I want to get like the biggest bulk of Mog possible. The most appearances. I don't know what I'm doing after stream yet. Had a few sets, needed one item for it when I learned it. I left the item in the bag. I could resell it, keep the Mog. Interesting. I wonder if that would, I mean, I can't test it now, but I wonder if that would work for those things that I've already used. That would be kind of funny. Here, well, maybe we can check it, because I think I still need to do, I mean, world bosses, but Throne of Thunder. I'm hungry, mail me a burrito. Is today the day you really want a 24-hour stream? I am no fun today. I have nothing. Alright, let's go blast Throne of Thunder. I'll see if I can pick up my key on the way. Today would be perfect for a 24-hour stream. Do you get extra subs if you cry? If you're just bawling? Nothing matters and I want to go to bed and I can't go to bed. Blink. 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 Thanks for the bits. Vaguely dystopian. This is good as it gets colder. That's a pleasant surprise. Oh. I don't think it's a good idea because I don't want anyone to be genuinely worried about my well-being. I'm fine. I'm all right. I'm just masking less than sometimes, or some people do. What mount are you looking forward to being able to do skywriting with? Spelltome. I was using it on Alpha. It was really fun, just flying around in the big book. Thanks for all the guides and news on the YouTube side. Well, thanks for watching it. 24-hour crazy lady stream. Well, if we ever do it, I am reserving the name Crazy Lady Stream. I'm all out of charms of good fortune. Sailor Mouth Hazel is a 24-hour stream. I think it would just be a lot of like eating toast and not talking. Kira and or Moose on camera. I want charms of good fortune. Sometimes you get them from outdoor mobs. I'm assuming. I don't actually know where I get them usually. I just know I normally have about 10 per day that I can put into my key. Oh yeah, I just got a lesser charm. You swear more when you're not on stream? Yeah. Yeah. It comes and goes. I feel like I've been swearing less, but maybe it's just because the weather's warmer and I keep my apartment windows open. I know there's families around and I don't want to be the reason that, you know, little Timmy next door learned a new word. He should learn it from his friends at school, as is tradition. Pandaria Bronze Completion is the name of the week, Cora. Oh, I missed Nalik. I'm still at 9. Little Timmy could be the person at school that tells everybody. Parrot would not be stream safe. No, probably not. I will get my charm. It's in here somewhere. Can I buy you a parrot? Absolutely not. The only thing less advisable than purchasing a pet for another person is purchasing a pet that lives for like a long time for another person. It's like a huge responsibility. Pet parrots live 10 to 50 years or more. That's kind of a range, isn't it? Google says that the gray parrot average lifespan of 23 years, but I know people can live like or birds can live like a real long time. Cockatoos apparently 40 to 60. That's why I asked first. Not one of those turtles that lives for 90 years. I think I've found my setup for pets. I'm good. I've got my kitty, I've got my puppy, I've got some fishies. It's enough. We can all calm down. "38 weapons to go till I've gotten them all? Ho ho ho. Did you know they're referring to the mailbox technique on at least one Facebook group as Hazelnutty's Marathon? Aww. That's sweet. I just don't want anyone to think that I invented it. I definitely did not invent it. People still have Facebook. Apparently a lot of like community events and stuff get organized on Facebook. And I was in my brain trying to reconcile, like, would I one day get back on in at least a perfunctory manner so that I could get into, like, events like that? Because I don't think I would ever want anything related to my real name and a picture of my real face online. But, like, am I gonna use an alias in my real life? Do I just, like, have fake names as though I'm, like, a spy, and then they find out and they're like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, I don't know, nervous about the internet? Can you say that's not your real face? Listen, you can't prove it. I could be, you know, everyone's all like, why don't you be a VTuber? What if I already am? You don't know. Believe nothing. Trust no one. Trust no one. Die, necromancer. That kind of thing. My job IRL is necromancer. I have questions. My guild's not a real guild. It's just me and one person. It's just like a name guild. We don't actually do events or anything. Coffee? Coffee good. Is it? I'm so confused. Oh. Seems like you just like that you are not a real person. I mean, no, it's too weekend to get existential. And I think we finally warmed up enough to lose one of two sweaters. Is it though? It is. Oh no, so crunchy. Man. Oh, I sound like I just stepped in a recycling bin of plastic. Also, I didn't take my coat all the way off. I've got one warm arm. Moment of truth, WASD, ESDF. I use WASD, but A and D are strafe left and right. They're not turn. How is the weather?
Beware.
I can Google it. The window looks sunny. Weather. It was 10 degrees this morning, which is why I was cold earlier, but it's 14 now. It's gonna get up to, I guess, about 14 today. Nice weather. Sunny and like kind of 16 degrees this week. Not super hot or anything. Horrible in the UK. Arctic cold coming down on us. Oh no. Weather sounds lovely. Here it's raining. It was just a little bit of rain this morning, but that's good. Probably couldn't take the 35 Celsius we'll have in a couple days. I'd say I don't like 35 Celsius, but I don't know anybody that does. It's too hot for human beings, man. It's gross. The worst weather, heat-wise, I ever lived through was in Oregon when it got above 40 Celsius for a few days during the heat dome. And it wasn't cooling off at night. That was ugly. That was not a good time to live without air conditioning and have pets. Just need a hug and someone to tell you it's gonna be okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm just mean, but like, I hate it when people tell me that because I'm like, what do you know? No, it's not. You're just saying things and you can't even prove them. This is unhelpful. 70 Fahrenheit, too hot for me. I liked 74 Fahrenheit. That was a good number back in Fahrenheit land. Where were you when it was so hot, BC caught fire? I mean, it catches fire every summer. I'm pretty sure it's on fire now somewhere. Okay, 2 hugs. I need to cuddle my puppy and eat some food and just like not talk to anyone for a while. Crabby. I'm really, oh, we broke it. Try to die, okay. I'm whatchamacallit. So I bought Moose a collar so that he would look just so handsome. And I've been waiting for it to get here because I bought it from a business in like Nova Scotia, which is extremely far away. So they got to mail the darn thing. And it's not here yet. And that's fine. That's reasonable. But like, I'm so impatient that like when I walked to a pet store yesterday, I bought him another collar in like summer colors because I was just so impatient for him to look so handsome. And he does look very beautiful in it. Don't remember when it was though. Don't understand Northerners and their obsession with not having AC. Lived in NE for a year, got in the 90s for several days, trying to embrace it. It's just not, like the places just don't come with it. It's not like we're against it. It's just for a long time it wasn't necessary. But yeah, heat pumps are catching on here. And those are great because they can also cool. I very much want one in my next place. I don't know if it's going to happen. Especially if I end up in multi-unit housing, but I want one because it's only going to keep getting hotter. Otherwise, I'm going to just end up getting standing air conditioners. I also have a handful of air purifiers because sometimes the wildfire smoke comes and you just got to close your windows and run your air through some paper a bunch of times. One time when I was living in SoCal, I had a heat wave. Reach 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Our AC broke the same week. I was so upset. Oh. No good. Alright. Yeah, we gotta kill them one at a time. Okay. Yeah, window mountable heat pumps. A lot of stratas won't let you put stuff in your windows, though. They have rules about it. And smoke. Kick my butt here in NY. I was lucky that we didn't get too bad of smoke here last year, but the year before there was a couple of weeks that it was like stay in your homes kind of level. Lived off of cold showers, fans with my family and animals. Moosey's gonna have to learn how to go for walks later, and he's not gonna be happy about it. But he's got warm fur, even in his summer coat, and he's black all over his back. That dog heats up real quick. He starts panting, and we say we could just put you on a bun. The worst part about air quality sessions of having wildfire smoke make the air bad is going stir crazy from being inside your walls and just taking like the shortest possible walks outside to like let the dog go to the bathroom or whatever. All right, which one are they on? Malik? Okay. And then like your air feels stale, but you're just filtering it as best as you can. It's not great.
Beware.
But we've had a couple of lucky years here, at least in Victoria. It hasn't stayed bad for long, and it didn't get that bad. It was worse in Oregon in 2020. I think it was Oregon 2020 specifically. It was just a bad year. That was just not fun. Why would you say that? I don't remember what I've said that you've taken issue with now. COVID puppy all black. She does not do outside. Hello, friends. Hello. Moose-related walking being too hot last summer. He was baby last summer when it was hot. There was like a little overlap where he was getting big enough to go for walks, and it was still hot, but for the most part he was pretty baby during the hot part, and then he got bigger and needed more exercise once it was like cooling off in the fall. Oh, I was intentionally missing the Moose hot dog jokes. He would explain it. I see. My partner came up with that one first, and he said it, and I like thought about it for like a minute, and then I was like, oh, I get it. First I was like, why would you put him on a bun? Don't eat my dog. And then I was like, oh. These group frames are just default UI, regular interface. I turn on class colors and I move them in edit mode. That's all. I don't use shattered unit frames anymore. I haven't for a while. I used to. Husky Shepherd mix wanted to be outside all day in the smoke last year. Yeah, it's tough on the pups. Moose used to eat all the fruit. He used to risk his life trying to get like plums and cherries and various berries that would fall off of trees onto the sidewalks last year in the summertime. I'm hoping it'll be a little easier to stop him from doing that this year because he's bigger and not quite as much in his put everything in my mouth phase, but like he does like fruit, so. Grandma had a Chihuahua mix named Casey, all black as well. Burnt little sausage. Aww. Give stick. Be happy. But why choose stick when could have fruit? It's tough. Luckily, it's pretty easy to get him to take water. We carry water for him on walks now and with a little bowl. And we'll give it to him a few times. And he'll usually have some.
Beware.
Had to make my basement into a play zone. Loves it until the cat decides to sleep on his toys. Aw. Yeah, dogs can get sick from eating some fruits. There's plenty of them that are not good for them. You should definitely not let your dog eat fruit off the street. It's just sometimes that is easier, one thing to say and another thing to accomplish when it's everywhere that you would be walking a dog, especially when you bring home like a 3-month-old puppy and it's like, what's everything? I'm eating it now.
Beware.
That was the one thing I didn't realize about living in the city. I thought it was a pretty clean city, and I think by a lot of standards it is, but I didn't notice until I got a puppy how much garbage there is on the ground that a dog can get into. Just wild things, and they're everywhere. Moose has had strawberry. He wasn't sure about it, actually. That was a fruit that he was a little
Beware.
hesitant on, which I was a little bit offended by because I picked him at a really nice moment. How well can he drink out of a water bottle? He wants to drink out of the water bottle. I make him wait until I poured it into the bowl because I also drink out of the water bottle and I'm not trying to share his cooties. No, I haven't given him a lemon slice. My dog will eat the strawberries off my plants. Oh no.
Beware.
You have a different dog water bottle. I saw some at the pet store yesterday. They had cool ones that had like a little dispenser on the top of them. So you would like tilt the bottle, press a button, and it would put some water into this dog bowl that's like attached to the thing. And they were pretty cool, but at this particular store anyways, they were like $30. And they didn't even seem terribly like sturdy or anything. Like it was, there was some markup going on. Plus, I already have like a regular water bottle and like a pop-up bowl, so it's fine. If I lose it, then maybe. Cat has stolen pad thai mac and cheese, Takis, and roasted potatoes. Dog loves a full piece of broccoli. He'll eat a full plant if I let him. Who's your favorite cartoon dog? My first thought was Clifford, but let me think about more cartoon dogs that I'm familiar with, having never watched Paw Patrol. Cartoon dogs. Scooby-Doo. Scooby's pretty good. I haven't actually seen much of Snoopy. I've seen Snoopy on like merch and stuff. I've not actually watched Charlie Brown. I know it had some kind of resurgence, but it's just missed me. How have you not watched Paw Patrol? I don't have any children. If you say Mr. Pickles, I'm gonna be mortified. Does Gromit from Wallace and Gromit? I haven't seen Wallace and Gromit either. Almost said Scrappy. Pongo. Yeah, I guess the 101 Dalmatians dogs. But my favorite version of 101 Dalmatians is the live action one with Glenn Close. I think I'm still sticking with Clifford. Yeah, it's not that I'm not saying there's anything wrong with watching any family or children's shows on your own without kids if you enjoy them. I'm not against that. It just doesn't come up much for me. I once, as a teenager or like a young adult, tried to rewatch some of the ones that I liked as a kid, I thought I would really get a kick out of watching the Magic School Bus again. And I kind of did for like a minute, but it's just paced in a way that doesn't hold my attention anymore. Not really my style. Had the VHS of that film. It was spotted like a Dalmatian. It was awesome. Now I'm trying to think about cartoon cats. There must be cartoon cats. I like the one from the YouTube animations that gets under the bedsheet when the guy's trying to make the bed. Do you know what I mean? I don't have any more descriptive information than that. Simon. Yeah. That's a good one. Thomas O'Malley. O'Malley the alley cat. My cat does the exact same thing with the bed sheets. And it's impressive because, like, she's making this jump completely blind. She cannot see where she's going, and yet she still somehow manages to get on the bed in the last possible moment before I put the sheet on it.
Watch your feet.
She in here? Yeah, she's sleeping behind my desk. I have a blanket back there, and she's commandeered it. She just knows. How far along are we in this raid? I ain't getting there. I don't think there's anything too difficult with the last couple bosses here. I think we should be able to just fire right through them. Lei Shen might take a minute. There's a blanket on the floor the other day, and luckily it moved before I actually stepped on it. Oh. Oh yeah, that would be no fun. Sometimes she'll get like kind of tangled up in the blankets, like she'll tuck herself into the blankets on the bed. And I'll be taking a nap and she'll be taking a nap. And I'll kind of roll over and I'll vaguely hear her go meow. Like her mom, get off. And then I'll usually just move and then she goes back to sleep and then I go back to sleep. And sometimes I think it happens and neither of us wakes up. I think we have that one down subconsciously. Aw. No problem, Mercy. Oh, I got excited I was in second place, but it's not me. It's another hunter. Whoops. I can't complain when I've been lazy about doing world bosses. Also, I can't complain when I'm not doing this fight properly. Oh well. That one has like a damage reduction unless you actually do the mechanics. Whenever I see Ritualist Kroll, I just think of Nick Kroll, and I'm like, what are you doing in Throne of Thunder? It's like a strange place for you to take a role. So you get the Greater Bronze Cache starting at Dark Animus. Which means 5 of them. Pretty good. Unless I had one from before. Maybe there's 6 of them? Maybe you get them starting earlier at Primordials? I don't know. One way or another. There's plenty of bronze. Genuinely can't remember if we've done Jikun or not. We did do Jikun already. If you told me I was about to go fight Jikun right now, I would believe you. How much total bronze are you missing for the vendor mog? I can check after combat ends. Somewhere in the 300,000 range. But we've been chunking through it pretty quick. That was a big sleigh. Rushing through raids out of control like a game to see how many people you can lock out of the boss. Yeah, people run real fast. Yeah, so I have 291k left. Pretty close. To 300. Not that close to being totally done. But it'll be kind of cool to have like an entire expansion's worth of transmog sets from dungeons and all raid difficulties on all armor types. Like, I've never had that kind of completion.
Beware.
Hi Hazel, hello Sunnymoon. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Hope you're doing awesome.
Beware.
Thank you. They 100% need to do this again. Do you think that if they keep doing it and they keep doing different expansions, if at a certain point it feels like a waste of time to farm old Mog from other expansions raids the normal way? Because you're like, eventually they're going to do a remix and I can just go big on that and then buy everything with the currency. It's like a little too soon for me to feel that way, but especially it kind of depends on how often. If it's only one remix at the end of every expansion cycle, so you get like one remix every second year, then I don't think that would be often enough for me to be like, yeah, there's no point in farming this stuff. But if they did them more often for some strange reason. I need one remix to spare me from farming Garrison Invasion mounts. Only 2 bosses left. The mounts can't drop from the world bosses in Remix, according to Blizzard, but you can just buy them off the vendor. Once per expansion, pretty reasonable. Yeah, I think so too. There's also Plunderstorm. I don't think they're done with that either. I'd be very curious to see what the next one of those looks like.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Do you have ults in different servers if you could queue up work orders?
1.
That's a great question. I don't know.
4, 3.
In Dragonflight, work orders were server specific, but I think you know that. I don't know if profession testing is fully open on the leveling realm. I know you can profession test on the max level realm, but there's only one max level realm on beta.
4.
I do feel like between Remix and Plunderstorm, I don't feel a need for any more alternate game modes, but I guess I haven't seen what they could come up with.
4, 3.
Wow, but make it
2,
survival crafting.
1.
Or I could just play a survival crafting game, you know, stop trying to make everything into WoW and just go play whatever game you actually wanted to play.
3, 2.
Forget player housing, play Animal Crossing kind of thing.
4, 3.
Just turn on Valheim.
2, 1.
Get yourself a good session of muck going. Did they give me 2 greater bronze caches? Kind of felt like it. Yeah, they did, didn't they? That's 5,000 bronze for doing Heroic Lei Shen. WoD, but with all the cut content. Sometimes cut content is more like they had an idea that they didn't make and not they made something that was fully realized and ready to be released but decided nah. I don't know. I feel like it would just be new content based on an old memo that somebody had on a whiteboard in 2016. I don't know why I'm doing this as though there's going to be more water in here. Okay, now it's really gone. What's the piece of content that was either like confirmed cut or just suspected to be cut that you wish they had done the most?
4, 3, 2.
I'd be kind of curious to see what sort of raid environment they would have done in Nazjatar. There was like that big shell thing. Or not. Do I mean Nazjatar? No, not Nazjatar. Vashir. I'm always kind of curious as to what that would have looked like. Army Light Paragon rep last night. Paragon box dropped not 1, but 2 of the mounts I needed. Holy smokes. Congratulations. And another 2 greater bronze caches. You get so much from doing this. That's good to get done. Let's go spend a little bit of it. I got another 33k. Just from Heroic Throne. Would have liked to see the Deep Run tram going to Darnassus too. That second instance in Stormwind since the beginning of the game. Oh yeah! That's right. I wanted to test something. I wanted to test if I buy one of these sets, the Raid Finder ones, that I already have learned but it's missing an item or 2. If I spend 5k bronze on it, and then I click it, first of all, does it fix anything? It did. Okay. It actually added a ton of stuff to my appearance collection. Even though it said it was learned before. And even though my weak aura said that I was done with all of this. So I guess I would need to go back and buy those again. Huh. Supposed to come out with a raid or another raid in Draenor. Auchendoon? Yeah, I think that there was supposed to be originally a city I think they were gonna do like Horde and Alliance cities in the city, like the Bladespire Ogre area, and then in Auchindoun. But then they decided not to do the new capital cities at all. Went rebought everything, got tired of do I have this or not. I think I'm gonna eventually have enough bronze that it won't be a big thing. I can just kind of go through and just get new things. I was doing this guy back to front more or less. But some of these, I literally feel like I just bought them. I don't know. That's a cool set, though. Can't spend bronze anymore. Yeah. I think I'll worry about the vendor later. Thank you all for joining me today. I'll be back tomorrow morning with a Sunday morning stream. I appreciate your company. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend and a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.